You know, people out there keep saying that things can't possibly get any worse for Disney, for the Snow White remake, but it turns out that we're wrong again. Things can get way, way worse, and they are getting worse because the internet is powerful, it's resourceful, and people are digging up many different types of interviews from this actress. She's not even active on this movie right now. She's not promoting this movie in any way, shape, or form. All of the promotion has been from like a year or two ago. And all the stories about this movie are from a year or two ago because of the writer's strikes, I imagine. But this actress, Rachel Zegler, she is a hypocrite. And I'm going to show you how she's a hypocrite. And I'm also going to show you a moment where she's caught lying, literally. When people are in interviews, I know that sometimes they can get carried away with the things that they say. But this is a prime example of people exposing who they really are. And I can't wait to show you guys. Check this out. Gina Carano calls out Rachel Zegler's hypocrisy after Snow White actress engaged in hate campaign against her. The Mandalorian actress Gina Carano recently called out Rachel Zegler's hypocrisy for calling on the world to become kinder after the Snow White actress had previously led a hate campaign against her. This is really interesting. Zegler has found herself under the gun for her comments about the upcoming Snow White film, specifically describing the prince as a stalker, blah, blah, blah. If you've watched my previous videos, you've seen the insane things that she has said. In an apparent reaction to the tens of thousands of people criticizing her, Zegler wrote on Twitter, "I hope the world becomes kinder." Yeah, I have to agree with you, Rachel. I hope the world does become kinder. More specifically, I hope that Hollywood and its actors and actresses become kinder to the audiences that literally pay their way to success. I don't expect it to happen, but I am certainly hopeful. Gina Carano reacted to this comment, of course, with a funny gif, okay, which is really harmless, but it does speak volumes. It's a reference to Carano putting beep bop boop in her Twitter biography. It's an actress tapping her screen and the word boop popping up. But there are people on Twitter right now who are denying that any of this happened, saying, no, Gina Carano's a liar. Rachel Zegler is a saint. She's perfect. She doesn't make mistakes. You're insane. You're a liar. Really? You sure about that? Look at this article from almost 2 years ago. Okay, December 18th, 2021. West Side Story actress Rachel Zegler led online bullying of Gina Carano. Well, there you go. This includes an episode last year in which she encouraged her followers to attack Mandalorian actress Gina Carano for what she claimed was transphobic behavior. It was only one of many instances in which Zegler attacked others via Twitter, which her followers gleefully did as well. Remember when I told you that things are going to get worse for this actress? Listen to this. This is going to blow your minds. I'm surprised that I didn't even know this, but it makes me wonder how many other people don't know this. Check this out. This past June, Disney announced Zegler would portray Snow White in the live-action reboot of the animated classic. After the announcement of her casting, Zegler, who is part Colombian, took to Twitter to proclaim, and it says right here in her tweet, "Yes, I am Snow White. No, I am not bleaching my skin for the role." I don't think anybody asked her to do that, but that was the first red flag people saw. I'm sure they were thinking, well, maybe they should just hire a new actress then. But this is hardly the first time Zegler has stirred controversy on Twitter. In recent years, she has accused, okay, listen to this, accused Jeremy Renner of being transphobic and racist. Jeremy Renner. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And also attacked Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling for being transphobic. Of course, why not, right? Everybody goes after J.K. Rowling. It's the popular thing to do, right? Encouraged fans to report her to Twitter to get her kicked off the platform, okay? Harassment. She also seemed to encourage violence towards people she considered transphobic. And Data Racer covered this as well. This is who Disney cast to play Snow White. Rachel Zegler says, "Cancel Jeremy Renner calling him a transphobic racist. Deplatform J.K. Rowling and encourage violence towards her. Bullying of Gina Carano over pronouns. Says all conservatives are racist, white supremacists." It's all right there. I mean, you can see all of the pictures here, all the screenshots that show everything that she has said, right? I mean, she has said some pretty terrible things. Actually, I think the new Hawkeye should be a trans woman of color to stick it to that racist, sexist, transphobic garbage monster. I assume she's referring to Jeremy Renner. What in the world did he do to her? Okay, but that's not the biggest problem here. The biggest problem is that she is a liar too. Because if you remember in my previous videos, and other people have probably covered this as well, I'm sure they have, in an interview saying that she watched Snow White as a kid, but she only watched it one time because it frightened her. And she didn't feel like it was a movie that kids should be able to watch. And she said she never touched it again. That was in my previous video that I showed. But then you have in this interview right here where she completely contradicts herself. She's just straight up, I don't know if she's lying here or if she's lying in the other interview. But in one of these interviews, she's not telling the truth. Listen to this.
Have you ever been to that Snow White ride at Disneyland?
I get stopped for photos every time I'm online for the Snow White ride, and it is I have to pretend like, oh God, well, crazy that we're in front of this.
Wait, how often are you in line for the Snow White ride?
I'm a narcissist.
Yeah, well, you said it, not me. But if you go ahead, check this out.
The original, I'm a really big Disney fan. I grew up at the Disney parks. My parents took me every summer.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
okay.
So it's like, it's a part of my upbringing. It's my favorite thing, so it's just one of those things.
Yeah, it's your favorite upbringing. Yeah, Disney, you grew up with loving Disney so much. You know, in this interview, she avoids talking about how wonderful Snow White is. I remember Jimmy Kimmel asking her a bunch of questions about, well, what did you think of the Snow White ride? Did you like this? Did you like that? And she's like, but she's like, I love Disney so much. But in this video, she's stating that she loves Disney. But in the other video, she's saying that she doesn't like Snow White. So which is it? It never ceases to amaze me that these people in Hollywood are not like normal people outside of it. I've never met people like this in my entire life. Sometimes I wonder if they actually exist because people just don't act like this. And this is entitlement on a whole new level. So she's a hypocrite and she lies. And this is the person that they want to be the star of their new movie. Now, granted, this movie is absolutely going to be a woke piece of garbage. If you've heard anything about Rachel Zegler, you've probably heard about her controversial comments about what the movie's going to be about. It's going to be about true love taking a backseat so that Snow White can be a brave and true leader to a bunch of people, with people who aren't even dwarves following her around. Activists, like Starbucks employees, like I said before, no offense to actual Starbucks employees, but yeah, you get it. And this is insane stuff. And there's also an apology video that she made out there, which isn't really actually an apology video. It's just like, oh, woe is me, woe is me. Everybody else is the villain and I'm the victim. But on her Twitter, she's posting things like F, G. She's talking about how much she hates men, effing men. It's always a blame shift with these people. It's always our fault. It's not their fault that they're ruining Disney's movies. It's ours. And it always has been to them. And this attitude and behavior is the exact reason why people are turned off to Snow White. I mean, of course, there is the fact that the movie itself looks like trash, straight up. But then there's these comments. These people, they need to stop letting these actors and actresses come out and express themselves in such a way that alienates audiences and pushes them away from anything that Disney makes. These are some of the most absurd takes I've seen so far. I think that this is probably the worst ranting I've seen come from a Hollywood actress in quite some time. And I want to know what you guys think about it in the comments. Like and share this video if you enjoyed it. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing to my channel. And I look forward to seeing you guys again next time. Say goodbye, Play-Doh. Meow, meow.